Hello, it's Sweetest Honey 86 and welcome to part 25 of my Pikmin 4 playthrough. As promised, today we're going to go to a new area. Since I've been doing mainly night explorations, I don't really have any upgrades or anything I can get right now, so I'm going to go straight there. I think this is the first time in the series that you're going to a place that is clearly inhabited by humans. It reminds me of a game that came out between Pikmin 3 and 4 called Tinykin. If you haven't heard of it, I highly suggest looking it up. I really enjoyed the game. It is so very clearly inspired by the Pikmin series, and it takes place in different areas of a house. And while I'm at it, there's another game that came out 2 years ago called The Wild at Heart, and it's also inspired by Pikmin, in my opinion. I don't know if they officially said that, but it gives cozy vibes, and you have these little things that you throw like Pikmin. I just really enjoy the game, and I highly recommend Tinykin and The Wild at Heart if you like Pikmin. I don't know how I knew to check back there. I guess I'm just suspicious of any corner. Also, I never trust open spaces in this game, but thankfully there's nothing right here. So the dog's name is Moss, and according to the log, Moss has been gathering Pikmin, and this should have been my red flag of what was about to happen. But no, I just walked right into the trap. I think it's probably best to go ahead and attack him, and that way you can get him out the way for the rest of the day. So I'm glad I did that. How is Moss so much faster than me, even when I'm attacking them? Okay, now that they're down, Moss should leave me alone for the rest of the day. Hopefully. Okay, taking out a group of these things is pretty easy. I like to build structures even if I'm not going to use them right away. That way I know how much material I have left when I go to upgrade the next day. So I had some concerns about how this was going to get back to the base. but it looks like they were able to get the enemies through the little tunnel. By the way, I did notice that the screen tearing is back after being fixed for several videos, so I'm going to work on that, and hopefully tonight I'll have that resolved again. I think it was the Sub-Zero sauna that we encountered a boss fight that looked just like this, except for it was made of ice. And I thought the way you fought it was the same way that you fight this one. These things are best fought with rock Pikmin. That way they won't get squished if they throw a rock at you, and you can break the glass that's on top of their heads. And I do see there is a base right there, so it's good that I can go ahead and unlock that at some point, and I can carry things back that way instead of going through the tunnel. And now that I've gathered up more of my Pikmin, it's time to fight the horned cannon beetle. Okay, so the trick with this one is to throw a Pikmin into the blowhole on top of its head. It gets stuck, and then the back of it opens. And the back of it is the part that you want to attack. I stopped here for a second because I thought that the back part of it, when it made a sizzling sound, I thought that the Pikmin might catch on fire and that I might have to use reds to fight this, but that's actually not the case, so I go another round. And I don't want this fight to take forever, so I'm going to use an ultra spicy spray. And I accidentally threw a bunch of ice bombs. I did not mean to do that. That was such a waste. But that's okay because they're not that expensive and I can just buy more. Also, in situations like this, rock Pikmin are not always the best because they don't latch on. They just kind of bounce off. I think ice Pikmin are best to throw first. That way they can freeze it and then you can keep attacking it from there. And we're done. That's pretty cool that it let me just nudge it off the edge. This camera angle is not the best, but I'm just gonna work with it. And a bunch of these little flea looking things just fell from the bottom. It's giving real dead bugs vibes. I don't like it. And while we're over here, let's check on Moz. It looks like her health is almost fully recovered, so I'm going to keep an eye on her to make sure she doesn't come over and try and steal Pikmin while they're walking back to base. Which reminds me, I need to unlock that new base. The bearded amp rat can electrocute your Pikmin, but instead of going back and getting yellows, I just attack them with everybody and hopefully the ice Pikmin will freeze it or it'll just die before we even get to that point. I like having the base on the ground now instead of so high up and through a tunnel, and I had to pass through where Moss was sleeping or knocked out, which speaking of, it's about time for her to wake up. Since the day's wrapping up, I'm going to stay over here close to base. I'm not going to do anything too much, just to explore and see what else needs to be done in the game. I don't know what that gold thing on its head was. Like, maybe it causes him to respawn? I don't know, I'm not trying to find out. Okay, time's almost out. Moss is awake. The tunnel's complete. So I can go in the tunnel with all of the Pikmin. And it looks like I will be safe up here, right? Like, certainly I would not jump down and... Oh. I'm going to jump down and start mess when I could have just been safe while the day counted down. And she's off with all of my Pikmin like the track star she is. Not only that, she is going to go barreling through areas I've not been to, where there are enemies that could also kill my Pikmin, if I don't just lose them all to Moss before the day ends. And we're at the countdown. This is probably one of the biggest disasters of my gameplay. Okay, so Moss is finally dead. I think I lost one Pikmin to an enemy. No, I've lost 7. And then I grabbed these stray Pikmin over here, and I didn't leave anybody behind. I really could have just stayed on the stairs and minded my business, like I say every video, and this wouldn't have happened. But I only lost 7. It's not a big deal. I just didn't have to make it that difficult. I'm positive there are more disasters to come, and if you would like to see them, please like and subscribe. Also, moisturize, hydrate, please mind your business, don't be like me, and be kind. Bye.